evening, everyone. Welcome to the American Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my buddy Ryan Ennis. Ryan, how's it going, man?
Man, it is freaking cold up here.
Yeah, just a little
It
bit.
is. Yeah, when the fuck did I move to Antarctica?
Holy cow. Yeah, dude, remember, I don't know if you saw that graphic that it's like warmer in Alaska than it is here right now.
Yeah, it's bad. I was out in that shit all morning, as you know.
Yeah,
Good deed
I don't
never
wish
goes
that on
unpunished.
anyone. My son wanted to go outside and play in it, and I'm like, no, you're good, because, like, it's too fucking cold.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Only a
But
couple
yeah,
more days of this Arctic blast, or whatever the fuck they want to call it.
yeah. What's the new word for it? Cyclone bomb.
Oh my god, I'm so sick of hearing that. Because it's just a
Yeah,
fancy word for a nor'easter.
yeah. That's basically all it is.
Yeah, and people are like, oh, it's different because we had this cyclone bomb or whatever the fuck they called it. I'm like, no, it's the same thing. Stop being stupid.
And cyclone bomb stuff my balls.
It's just, what do you want to call it? Like a hip, trendy word that people want to use.
Yeah, basically. I want to be part of the cool kids club. Eh.
Lad said it's 32 degrees Fahrenheit there. It's a nice Canadian day.
Yeah, man, that actually sounds
That sounds
tolerable.
kind of warm because what was it, like 17 today?
I don't know. I had a wind chill here. It was minus 14 here.
Oh my god, it's like -4 here now. So I can only imagine what it's going to be tonight.
Yeah, I'm not a happy camper, so.
Hey, you're inside now. That's all that matters.
Yeah, this is true.
You know, at least you're not stuck out. At least it wasn't when the sun was down, you having to do all that shit.
Fuck that shit.
All right, a couple little things before we get started. I don't know if you noticed this, Rye. They announced, I think it's 4 teams they've announced now for the Mixed Match Challenge tournament.
Yeah, I've started to see some of them get released.
The ones I saw as of this moment, it's Sasha Banks and Finn Balor.
Yes.
Apparently, Rusev and Lana are going to be a team.
Yes.
This is the weird one to me. Alexa Bliss and
Monster and the
Braun
midget.
Strowman.
Yeah, the monster and the midget.
Yeah, it's weird. And the only other one announced is Charlotte Flair and Bobby Roode.
Okay, I said Nia Jax was announced with Apollo Crews.
Oh, okay,
She's
I
not
didn't see that one.
And the Uso is there with his wife, because I'm not
Jimmy.
sure which one it is. Okay, so then he's with his wife,
Okay.
Naomi.
Yeah, the only ones, it says here, this is the, and I'm looking at a website as I tell you this, the remaining list of wrestlers who still need a partner for the tournament are Alicia Fox, Asuka, Bailey, Goldust, The Miz, and it says a male wrestler who will be selected by a fan vote and a male wrestler to be announced, the one that's replacing Enzo.
Interesting.
That's for Raw, and then SmackDown, the ones that haven't been chosen yet are Becky Lynch, Carmella, we already said Jimmy and Naomi, Natalya, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, and a member of the New Day, which will be determined by the fans voting.
I think it had been spoiled, but I think Samoa Joe is supposed to be that last person for Raw. I think
Okay.
it was like the one you chose, aka the one we chose for you, and just
Yeah, don't you love it?
yeah, it'll probably end up being like somebody like Mojo Rawley, Zack Ryder, some other fucking nobody, and then Samoa Joe.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who could be another one that no one cares about. There's so many. One of the Ascension.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Where it's kind of like you get to choose, but it's like three nobodies and a somebody. Unfortunately,
Yeah. No, no, you're completely right.
that makes sense.
That's how they made sure to do all of the like Taboo Tuesday and shit.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Or Cyber Sunday or whatever.
Yeah, that was exactly how they did that shit.
Well, and remember they were it was said that they the stuff they put from like Twitter, they do that. Like it's not actual fans like you know how they have like the bottom line on ESPN and but
Yeah.
they use like people's Twitter like accounts and stuff. I've heard that there are like people backstage that do that.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that at least some of those are.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked in any sense of the word. All right.
Uh,
Let's see here. Let's start out with this. What were your since it's the most recent thing that happened? What were your thoughts on the WrestleKingdom show?
I thought it was great. I mean, I stayed up all night, kind of nodded out a little bit, but that had nothing to do with the quality of the match. It's just that shit was long, man. That
It's
was
like
a long
WrestleMania.
show.
It's 6 hours,
Yeah,
and
that was just a little
especially
bit long.
like if you're in the states like we are on the East Coast, to get up at 3 in the morning, that's rough.
Yeah, yeah, that was it was a great show. I'm actually surprised. I thought Naito was gonna win, but with what happened this morning or last night for Japan, I understand why. But I could have
Right.
seen Naito winning.
I wanted to see Naito win because I kind of wanted to have like I guess you would say like not a super heel, but like a legitimate like heel world champion, which they haven't really had very often.
Yeah, I didn't realize how heel he was until I seen today.
Yeah.
It's, it's before Jericho because for those who don't know, Jericho looks to be staying at least for one more match in New Japan as he attacked Naito this morning. After Naito and Los Ingobernables de Japón attacked Okada after their match this morning. So
Yeah, that what's it called, like New Year's Dash
yeah, it's like their Raw after
Mania.
WrestleMania kind of thing. Yeah. So yeah, it looks to and Smart Money is on. It's going to be on their American show.
I think it's
Which
like
is, I
March
believe, March.
28th. I know
Yeah, I
it's
believe it's March.
Yeah, I know it's in California.
Yeah. Last year it was the first show that they had done in the United States in years, and it did very well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, and it was their first like standalone show they did by themselves in a long time. Because usually they paired with Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is interesting. I actually look forward to Jericho and Naito.
Yeah, and
I really do.
And the interesting thing is because I saw a lot of people online watched like New Japan for the first time. The best way I can explain it to people, if you've never seen it, is it's strictly like a wrestling based company where it's more like how I would say it is. It reminds me of like why I fell in love with wrestling as a kid, where it's more wrestling as opposed to entertainment value.
I agree fully.
Like that's not knocking them in any way. It's just they're like WWE and them are two completely different entities, where Vince and them run more as an entertainment company that wrestles as opposed to a wrestling company.
No, I agree. I was actually telling that to my wife that they're two completely things. Like the wrestling in New Japan is not the entertainment and the theatrics of WWE.
Yeah, no, and they take it like super fucking seriously.
Yeah.
And the other thing is that I enjoy, you really don't see, number one, a lot of signs. I mean, and I'm not knocking people that make signs, but it's like, do you need like 10 million of them, for God's sakes? And
No, I know what you mean.
and two, you don't really see them, like, the crowds go crazy. Like, they'll make like noise, but they're not like obnoxious like some, fans in the States.
I agree fully.
Because the one thing I noticed is they don't really make a lot of noise until like they know the end is coming to a match or something like shocking happened.
Yeah, like I noticed they'll gasp like when something dastardly is being done. I don't know. I mean, it's just a different atmosphere. I want to be in Japan so bad for that. I keep telling my wife I want to go so badly for that.
There's your bucket list.
Oh, that's definitely on my bucket list of things to do. Absolutely.
And here you go. Lance said, "How am I going to know who the good guy is if they don't sing, dance, and make jokes?"
That's so funny. The story in the ring.
Yeah. Dude, I have to tell you, just as like certain matches with Wrestle Kingdom, I thought Cody had like a fantastic match with Ibushi.
Yes.
It might have been one of the
Absolutely.
best Cody matches I've seen.
No, I agree. I thought it was a fantastic match. Him and Ibushi were really good. Ibushi's fantastic. He's amazing.
I know. I'm actually kind of happy he didn't sign with WWE with the whole 205 Live stuff.
Oh, me too.
Now that I
He
see
knew.
like where things have gone, I'm like, oh my god! Like him and Zack Sabre Jr., they would have been miserable.
Oh, I agree. I think that is entirely possible.
The one like little gripe I'll have about this show, and I don't know how you feel, especially during Omega's match, it's Don Callis was really getting on my nerves.
Agree.
The play-by-play guy with Kevin Kelly.
No, I know who you mean. I agree. I can't say that I disagree. He's just annoying. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was like the one little gripe I had. He was especially annoying during Omega's match.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Don Callis.
No.
He does a lot of work for New Japan though, so.
And like I mentioned to you off air, probably, and you're not going to hear a lot of people say this, the match of the night for me was the Fatal 4-Way with Marty Scurll, Kushida, Will Ospreay, and Takahashi.
Yeah, no, that was a great match. I really have nothing bad to say. They're all incredible workers. Like, it's just companies like that are like why I love wrestling.
Right, and I've said this before. The one little gripe I have with Ospreay is I wish he could just turn it down just a little tiny bit. Like, not go so 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, he's the one in that match though where I know he's good, he just doesn't do it for me.
I
At
kind
all.
of feel the same way. And for everyone that says, like, his match with, like, Ricochet was so amazing, I don't want to say it wasn't, but it's just, I'm okay with guys doing stuff like that, but the way they did it to me was just, like, too much.
I'm in a smaller group that I actually really like that. So long as it's done once in a very short time,
Yes.
like once in a small time. But no, I enjoyed the match. Four of the best workers in the world.
And I
Uh,
like they had like the entrances too, like the really cool entrances.
oh yeah, absolutely. That's like their WrestleMania, so they have to go all out.
Right, like for those who didn't see, Marty Scurll came out from under the ramp and came out with these giant wings, basically on his jacket, which looked really friggin' cool.
Thank you, baby. Yeah, it looked really cool. And then Omega came out looking like Anubis.
Yeah,
For those who play Overwatch, he looked just like Farah.
yeah.
Just
Everyone
like
will
Farah.
pop for that.
I thought that was cool as shit.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, man, I really gotta give Jericho credit for at his age wrestling a 30 plus minute match.
It do definitely look like he had the dad bod going on, though.
I know. I was talking to someone about this, and I wonder if he kind of was heavier on purpose to take those bumps.
Or he's just been touring with the band and it's
That
hard to
that
keep in
too, or he
shape.
just was drinking too much and didn't give a shit.
Not even that. It's just hard to eat healthy all the time when you're all over the world.
That too, yeah. I just really love this like heel non PG Jericho where he's like flipping off the people and smacking the ref and then putting Red Shoes Kid in the Lion Tamer and
Yeah, no, it's definitely something new and different. So
like you haven't seen him be like super heel like this in a long time.
yeah, no, I agree.
You know, because usually you'll have fans that these days like the heel, but he's just like taking it to the next level where you're like, wow.
Yeah, no, he's been pretty amazing in this current run.
Yeah, I hope it gets to go a little longer. Like, I don't know if he'll wrestle after the match with Naito, but we'll have to wait and see. The one thing I will say, and obviously I don't have any like breaking news or know anything about it. Okada after the main event got one of those big like standing O's that everyone else got, and then within like the next 6 months to a year they left the company.
I don't think he's going anywhere.
I know that's the same way I felt, because it just reminded me of that. Because I think it was like Balor got one, and then AJ got one, and Nakamura got one, and
But they aren't him. And I say that meaning like he was a guy who was given that opportunity, I believe, because I forget who it was, because somebody left and he was given that opportunity, and after he had to fucking basically young boy his way through TNA as a jobber.
yeah.
um
For those that, not to cut you off, for those that don't know what young boy means, it means that you're basically like a trainee and gotta like earn your stripes.
Yep. And they go on excursion where they go to other countries to get experience, and then they come back. And his excursion was in TNA. He was basically Samoa Joe's whooping boy. And now he's Japan's longest reigning IWGP heavyweight champion, and I believe he now has more total days with the belt than anybody.
And you could potentially argue that right now he is one of, if not the best wrestler in the world right now.
I'd put him in the top 5.
Yeah, that whole like TNA experience like really helped him to become what he is now.
So, but I think him going to New Japan and be given that opportunity, I don't think he would leave New Japan, especially now that New Japan's getting bigger.
Yeah.
But look what's happening to Hideo Itami.
Yeah, that's true.
Like he goes over there and looks at that and compared to what he is in Japan, where he's in cartoons, he's in video games, to some fucking guy who screams "You will respect me."
Yeah.
So
it's just it's
he
just,
has no incentive to leave Japan.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny because if I remember correctly, TNA actually, from where they told him he had to kind of have, a quote-unquote gimmick, like that's, how you get over. In America, they helped him basically come up with the Rainmaker.
Yeah. Which is just so incredibly fucking simple.
It's just ironic,
Yeah, I mean, it's like, but the gimmick is so simple. You just throw your arms out to the side and, and money falls down, and you just be a super good guy.
It's just funny when, I can't remember who it is that usually does it and says it, but they'll have someone dramatically say that name.
What, Rainmaker? Rainmaker!
Yeah, the Rainmaker! Yeah. I always enjoyed that because it was just so, over the top. No,
I know completely.
But overall, I really enjoyed the show. I wish, because Sunil brought this up, I love you, Sunil, that there was a way New Japan could market it where it's not at 3 in the morning for the people in the States.
They do it local time, like the way that we do our pay-per-views here local time.
Yeah.
Fuck that. You want to see it, you stay up.
Fair enough.
Because I'm not going to listen to people in England say that pay-per-view should start earlier here. Or,
Well, that's very true, because all the people in the UK and in Europe, they would stay up till all hours of the night watching WWE pay-per-views, so you have a very valid point.
Or guys like my buddy Brandon in Australia, who literally watches pay-per-views with his breakfast in the morning, because it's like a 12-hour difference.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
So it's like
you can't have it both ways.
Yeah, if you want to watch something in another country, you got to watch it at their time. Period. End of story. I mean, it's not on New Japan World anyway. It's if you want to watch it when you're awake, then watch it when you're awake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's you have the option to do that. It's not like once it's on, you can never see it again.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's not like back in the day where if you didn't catch the live feed of the show, you're screwed.
I love Sunil, but Sunil, sorry, man. No. You want to watch Japanese stuff, you watch it in Japanese time. That's what makes it cool.
Alright. Before we head into Raw, don't forget to check out our sponsors over at the Squared Circle Publications. You can find them on Twitter at TSC Wrestling Mag. Use promo code ASCPOD and you can get 20% off your order. Alright, Monday Night Raw this past week. What were your thoughts?
Raw just hasn't been great lately. Last week's show was horrible.
Yeah.
This week's show I don't think was that much better. How about you?
It really wasn't. I mean, there were segments that I liked. I thought the match with Reigns and Joe was really good. Yeah. I just don't like the way it was booked, personally.
Okay.
It was just kind of hokey. Originally I thought it was if Reigns gets DQ'd, he loses his title. I'm thinking Joe was going to win the belt.
Okay.
And then it was just, I don't know, I guess they changed their mind because I was thinking they were going to save that kind of, because it felt like a blow-off, you know what I mean? I thought they were going to save that match for the Rumble, but apparently I guess they have different plans.
I just think it's stupid to have that kind of a match where the babyface is the one that has the stipulation that if he cheats, he loses.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, does Roman Reigns have a history of getting disqualified? No, it happened one time.
Yeah, I agree. I will say the Asuka Alexa Bliss match wasn't too bad.
Okay, that'll give credit. That'll give some credit for it. That was kind of an up. Like, for me, I like that.
Right, and it was cool that they actually kind of let Asuka work and not just be like this buzzsaw that goes through everyone.
Well, I keep saying there has to be a point in where she has to be able to work a match.
Exactly.
I think putting her in there with the champion was a good idea because you can't have the champion just get steamrolled. Like, she's a champion for a reason.
Exactly.
This may lead to Asuka like having more competitive matches, or I've heard in some circles that they may give Asuka the belt before the Rumble.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
So yeah, I mean, 'cause I could see her getting eliminated from the Rumble and it not, it being a non-story. If like five, 6 girls group up with her and then throw her out, okay, I can see that. That doesn't hurt her at all. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's like, I don't know what other protection her character needs. So,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
because if you highlight who won the Rumble instead of who lost the Rumble, I don't think it really hurts people, especially if they have a really good showing. So
Yeah, well, look at there's a lot of guys like Nash back in the day. He lost, but he, dumped over a bunch of guys, and that kind of like started that, snowball for him to move up the ladder.
yeah.
The other thing that was kind of cool was seeing Finn, Gallows, and Anderson together.
Yeah, I just hope that I'll be more excited if this continues. Like, I popped for the one night, and I was like, let's see where this goes. Now, if they keep it up, then I'll be happy. But it was like,
I am the same way. I was like, I'm excited to see it, but I'm overly like cautious because I'm like, I don't know where they're going.
It was just, again, it was one of those things that was at least cool to see within the WWE, and for now I'm taking it as, oh, okay, that's something that a year ago I probably didn't think would ever happen.
And then it was funny, I think it was in the UK, but it was somewhere overseas, they put up something, it was either a photo or a video, and they actually put Bullet Club.
Who, WWE?
Yes. I think it was overseas. I'm pretty sure it was the UK it happened. I'd have to find the photo or the video, but they were referred to as Bullet Club.
Interesting.
Which should be interesting how Japan takes that. The one thing I will say, I did not like the final segment with Lesnar.
And Kane?
Yeah.
It left me indifferent.
I know. I guess I'm just kind of like meh to this. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I don't think it was good, but it didn't bother me. I'm kind of like meh on it too.
I guess maybe it's because they did it so early because the Rumble's not for like 3 more weeks.
But I don't think Lesnar's going to be at Raw every week.
Okay. Because, I don't know, I guess this just felt like something you would do, like, to go into a pay-per-view.
That's possible.
You know what I mean? Where it's like that, I don't know, it just felt like that's something you would do on a go-home show. Because I just don't know where you go from that. Go from there, I mean.
Well, not have Lesnar on the show for the next couple weeks.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
And
Oh, yeah. Lance, I
Go ahead.
forgot. Excuse me. Lance is right. It was on WWE UK, and the Young Bucks responded with a cease and desist picture.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Thank you, Lance. But yeah, I agree with you overall. Minus those few things, Raw has just been kind of like blah lately. I guess that'd be a nice way of saying it.
Yeah.
Where it's just, and plus, I mean, the 3 hours is just, it's rough some weeks.
Yeah.
Especially if you're
I
coming
agree.
off a pay-per-view.
No, I agree
Because,
fully.
to watch all their programming, if you're coming off a pay-per-view, that's like 9 or 10 hours that week, and that's kind of rough. I mean, and I like wrestling, but sometimes that's like overload.
No, I agree fully. It's not good wrestling.
It'd be different if it was good and like it wouldn't feel like 10 hours if it was keeping your interest. But
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say
If
when it's not good or not entertaining, you feel like an hour is like 10.
Yeah,
But
yeah, it's just cringy, or I just turn it off.
yeah, like Lance said, blah is nice. It fucking sucks.
I agree.
All right, moving on. SmackDown. What did you think of SmackDown this week overall?
Overall, I thought it was a better show.
Oh, absolutely.
Um, no, I think they're hitting on all the right steps. I like what they're doing with the Daniel Bryan and Shane and Sammy and KO. I did think it was a good episode all around.
Yeah, I enjoyed the tag title match with the Usos and Gable and Benjamin.
So did I. Like that was a finish you don't see often.
That's what I was gonna say. I like how they did it. Was really good. It was like you know, when you don't, like you said, when you don't see that often. So it was cool to kind of pull a little swerve on people.
And I was like, all right, I can deal with it. I was actually okay with them winning the titles, though.
Yeah, I was fine with that. I actually wanted to see Aiden English win in the United States tournament. That would have been cool because him and Rusev are really over, but I wasn't shocked that Xavier Woods won.
Oh no, and I'm sure Ginger's match is next week, right?
Yes, I believe so.
He'll win next week. Oh no, wait. It's Mojo and Zach.
Yeah.
Mojo's gonna win.
Yeah, because he did the heel turn, so. I'm trying to, let's see here. The the 6-woman match they had was kind of just okay.
That's the only sour mark for me is I just don't really like the sudden influx of the women, and it's like they're all the same. Like the 3 on Raw and the 3 on SmackDown feel like carbon copies of each other.
Yeah. And apparently now the women's rumble is going to be 30 women.
That's interesting.
Because there's only 19 on the main roster.
Is that all that it is?
I think it was 19.
Huh.
So either they're bringing up a bunch of NXT people or they're going to sprinkle in some NXT people and some surprises.
Yeah, no, I think maybe Trish.
Yeah, maybe. Or Lita.
or Lita. I'm trying to think of who is possibly still working.
Is Beth Phoenix still working?
Oh, she's the mom. She's
Okay.
she's Edge's wife.
Okay.
That's what she does now. She's Edge's wife.
I was just trying to think like who else they could use. It'll be interesting either way.
Anybody from the Mae Young tournament?
Yeah, that probably makes sense.
You got like Dakota Kai. You got like maybe even like Rachel Evers. I'm trying to think of who isn't one of their developmental. Which I don't think Rachel Evers is.
Rachel Ellering.
Yeah, but she wrestles on the Evers.
Yeah. Probably. Let's see. Candice LeRae isn't one of theirs.
Yeah.
I mean, there's quite a few, so it'll be interesting to see what they do.
They got a lot of women in NXT though, bro.
Oh, they really do. Oh, Lance just said, I'm sorry, I was reading, that's why there was a pause for a second. The girl that's the Knockouts champ for Impact, I don't know if she dropped the belt yet. She said she's available. She's available if they need her.
Oh, Laurel Van Ness?
Yeah. Because I don't know if she dropped it yet or she did and it just, the episode hasn't come up yet or...
Oh, the episode she won it just aired.
Oh, Jesus.
Like last week or the week before?
Okay, yeah. Never mind. What are your thoughts? It just reminded me of Sammy and KO fighting AJ 2-on-1 at the Rumble.
Oh, it's gonna turn into a thing where they have them laid out and they can't decide on who gets the pinfall.
That's what I was thinking. Do you think it eventually leads to them splitting and wrestling at Mania?
I don't know. Mainly because if I had done it, I'd have it where Sammy turns on Kevin.
Yes. Because no one would expect that.
No. Like that's what I would expect. Like have Sammy somehow stay heel on Kevin.
My thinking was when I saw this was what you're saying is going to happen, or I was hoping, like Daniel. I don't know if they would do this, but because they've leaned that way that Daniel Bryan's like going to be heel, because he's showing like heelish tendencies. Have him like count the 3 on whoever pins AJ and kind of as a way to like stick it to Shane.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they would go that route because from everything I read, they still don't want to clear Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I hate that story.
What, that they won't clear him?
Yeah, just let the guy work. At least, because he's going to. I mean, he's about to leave. Like, if he doesn't wrestle by WrestleMania, he's out of the company. I think he's out of the company either way when his contract is up. I think he goes.
You know what I could see them doing, and Meltzer had talked about this. That they're trying, almost like they're trying to turn Daniel Bryan heel to almost like, I don't want to say kill his popularity, but like stun it, like so that if he does leave, because he's gonna have his fans regardless. Like the indie people are gonna come and see him, no matter what. But it's like they almost want to like the casual fan that didn't really know him before he was in WWE. They kind of want to make him a bad guy so that they wouldn't necessarily go to see him or go look to find him, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
I mean, does that make sense?
Um, I don't think so. To be completely honest, because I like the fact that they're playing it off kind of like even though that what he's doing may seem he's doing it for two bad guys, he's still doing it, like for the good of the company.
Yeah, for the right reason.
Yeah. So I don't know if they're trying to turn him heel.
I know, I'm like kind of on the fence about it. And Lance brings up a very good point. He thinks the reason they won't clear him is because they know how over he is and how like beloved he is, and they can't like stop it. You know what I mean?
That's entirely possible.
Because we all know this. They never wanted to put the title on him. They were kind of almost forced into it from where he got so over. They had like no choice.
No, I agree. But I mean, if it could make them money, I don't think they would stop it.
No,
You know
I
what
agree.
I mean? Like, again, they're a public business.
And at the end of the day, it's about making money.
Yeah.
So that you would think that, but honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if what Lance is saying is true as well.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, no, I agree fully.
Hey, Lance, Vince is a billionaire. What does he need cash for?
His football league.
Yeah, or whatever the hell he's doing. Because they're supposed to have a press conference at some point in January. I forget when, so we'll see what becomes of that.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see.
All right, let's see here. 205 Live. Oh, that reminds me. They just announced they canceled one of the 205 live events in Rhode Island, I believe it was.
Oh, did they?
They say it was because of like scheduling or like a conflict or something, but there's rumors going around that it was because of poor ticket sales.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Because that's why they threw Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt on there.
Yeah, they've done so much to ruin that division.
Oh, dude, I've said this before. If they keep that division through the end of this calendar year, I will be shocked.
Yeah, it's sad.
Absolutely, and you know this, and most wrestling fans know this. Vince has never had success with either cruisers or a light heavyweight division. It's never worked.
Yeah, and it's so much talent, and
it's a shame.
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's so bad because
Lance is saying Vince needs the he's jokingly saying Vince needs the money because he's going to buy the Carolina Panthers, the NFL team.
It's possible.
Because they're for sale. That would be very interesting. Let's see here. 205 Live. What did you think of it?
I told you I didn't get to.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry.
Watch it this week, and we were supposed to gloss over it. Oops, my secret's out.
No, yeah, that's okay. I completely forgot. I'm sorry.
Live this week.
I will say this, and we talked about this off air. They basically like shit all over Akira Tozawa after they build him up to make him a big deal, and I don't think he's won a match since he won the title. Or no, I take that back. Since he beat Drew Gulak and they had their blow-off feud, I don't think he's won a match since.
Yeah, probably not.
Because TJP beat him this week, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
And I'm not bashing TJP, but it's just like, I wouldn't expect that.
Yeah, and then you said Goldust was on there?
Yeah, him and Cedric Alexander wrestled Gulak and Daivari.
How'd that go?
It was okay, but it's like I said, it's just weird to me to have Goldust, a guy that's like 6'7" and nowhere near like 205, on a show that's for guys that are 205.
No, I agree. It's weird. It's weird seeing 50-year-old Goldust. I mean, but it just proves how amazing he really is.
Oh yeah, and I mean I love Goldust, but it's just it doesn't make no sense. And like you said, Rye, if he's 205, then he's got a serious fucking problem.
Yeah, he needs to go to the hospital if that's the case.
Absolutely.
He needs to eat a steak.
And I just don't know where this like pairing came from. It's like the Odd Couple.
Just, I don't know.
I mean, I know they did something on Raw with him and Cedric, and I guess they liked it, so they decided to continue it. It's just, I don't know, man. Goldust deserved like so much better, like, because remember they had it with the thing with him and R-Truth. He started doing the old like promos he used to do back in the day, where he's in the director's chair.
Yeah, that was supposed to culminate. He was supposed to have his protege at SummerSlam, and they never went nowhere.
Yeah. Like I really liked that. Like they were getting me really interested back in the character again.
Yeah, I really liked that Goldust, and yeah, I kind of got excited, and it went nowhere.
I know, yeah, and it's just, you know, they pretended like it didn't happen.
Yep, because the fans have no memory.
Yeah, so it's just weird. For those that are unaware, NXT didn't actually have an episode this week. They just kind of had like a best, like the highlights of 2017 kind of deal. I don't know. I read, because they just had tapings apparently the other day. Have you heard about or seen like what they're doing, like the tapings were about and what they're planning for the next takeover?
Wait, what happened? What?
They have the latest NXT tapings up till the Rumble.
Okay.
Did you see what they're planning for NXT TakeOver Philly, like the card?
No. Or not that I remember right now.
Okay. Let me see, because I'm looking at it. This is spoilers, everyone. If you don't want to hear this, cover your ears. As of this moment, they're gonna have Ember Moon defending her title against Shayna Baszler.
Okay.
The tag titles, it's going to be the Undisputed Era against the Authors of Pain.
Okay.
In an Extreme Rules match, it's going to be Adam Cole and Aleister Black.
Interesting.
And the other rumored match, as of right now, that hasn't been confirmed, it's either going to be Roderick Strong or Killian Dane against Lars Sullivan.
And then it's the world title match with Gargano and
yes.
Almas. Okay.
I personally would love to see Killian Dane and Lars Sullivan. I think that would be very interesting.
Yeah, me too. A hell of a lot more than
Roderick Strong. Nothing against him. He's just very bland.
Well, I'd rather see another big guy go against like a monster like
yeah, like two monsters fighting each other.
Yeah.
But it'd kind of be interesting because, you know, Lars is their big pet project.
Yeah, no, I think it would be really cool because I don't see what Lars versus Roderick Strong is really going to do.
No, I mean, at least with when he wrestled Ono, it was entertaining, and Ono's, at least somewhat his size.
Yeah.
Or comparable, I guess you would say. Because I don't think
I
Roderick Strong is a very big guy. I mean, I'm going to look it
no,
up
he's
just
not.
so I don't, misspeak. But I don't think he's that, much bigger. Yeah, he's not that much bigger than me. He's 5'10", 200 pounds. And, Lars Sullivan is like a huge man. And I want to do him justice. Wow, he's only 6'3". I thought he was taller. But he's 6'3", 303. So, yeah, that's a very big discrepancy.
Yeah.
And personally, I just like seeing, like, two monsters fight each other. That's always fun.
Apparently, at SmackDown, Bobby Roode was in the ring with Karl Malone.
With who?
Karl Malone.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I guess they were in Salt Lake City. No, in Orlando. Oh, maybe it's because I have no idea why. But yeah, yeah. Apparently, this happened at SmackDown.
That's interesting. I always remembered him from those really awful tag matches he had in WCW.
Oh, I remember him for his battles with Michael Jordan.
Well, that too, but I mean from a wrestling standpoint.
Oh.
Because that's the first thing that sticks out to me now when I remember him, when I hear that name.
Oh. Yeah, no, I will always remember the basketball.
No, it was always fun back in the day, those matchups.
Yeah, you would never see like LeBron James get in a wrestling match during the season, like motherfucking Dennis Rodman.
They would have like
season.
They'd go to like do Nitro, and then he'd like fly over to like Utah and then play in the finals.
Yeah,
that was like
that
the craziest
crazy.
thing ever to me.
Yeah,
But then again,
still
Rodman
crazy.
was just Rodman,
Yeah.
So, nothing that he did would just be shocking. He always did some kind of crazy shit. Have you seen what he looks like lately? My God, does he look terrible.
I see him when he talks about his friend Kim Jong-un.
Yeah, Kim Jong-un, they're friends. That's the most ridiculous thing you would... Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Oh, Lance said they did show him on SmackDown, Malone, and he did the Diamond Cutter sign.
Oh no, I'm saying, but like during the commercial, he did he poured water on his own head, and then he did the glorious pose with because it was an WWE exclusive, which leads me to think that it was off air. Yeah.
Still, that's pretty cool. You don't see a lot of guys do that.
No.
But on that note, we're going to get out of here for tonight. Don't forget to check out our social media pages. You can find them at facebook.com/American Sports Connection or on Twitter at ASC Pods. And let's see, you can also find our entire catalog on B Plus Player Radio. Say that 5 times fast. The best way to find that is on Twitter at B Plus Radio. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And we will see you back next week. Have a good night, everybody.